story begins with Captain Robert Walton hanging out in St. Petersburg, Russia, probably near the end of the 18th century. He's waiting around for a ride to the port of Archangel, where he's going to hire some hardy Russians to go sailing off to the North Pole. Unfortunately, the boat gets stuck in impassable ice hundreds of miles from land. Soon, Walton's despair is interrupted by the sight of a man on the ice riding a dog sled. The man named Victor boards the ship, but it turns out that he's kinda nuts. While he's recovering, he tells a story about how he got there. Victor started out like any normal kid in Geneva, with his parents adopting a girl named Elizabeth for him to marry when he was older. At college, he decides to study chemistry along with its evil twin, alchemy. In about 2 years, he figures out how to bring a body made of human corpse pieces to life. Afterwards, he is horrified by his own creation and is sick for months, while his friend Henry nurses him back to health. When Frankenstein's monster fled, he found himself alone and hideous. No one accepted him except for one old blind man. He hoped that the blind man's family of cottagers would give him compassion, but even they drove him away. When he ran across William, Victor's little brother, he killed the boy out of revenge, since his maker created him to be alone and miserable. But before doing that, the creature secretly hid William's necklace in one of the house servant's pockets so she would be the one to blame for the murder. She was put on trial and executed thereafter. The monster then begged Victor to make him a female companion so he wouldn't be alone in the world, and Victor agreed. Just before Victor finishes the second monster, he decides to destroy it because he's afraid that the two will bring destruction to humanity rather than love each other harmlessly. The monster sees him do this and swears revenge, promising to be with him on his wedding night. While he's sailing to the nearest lake to dispose of the second monster's body parts, he falls asleep and wakes up in Ireland. Meanwhile, the monster chases down Victor's friend, Henry, and gruesomely murders him, while the Irishman accuses Victor of killing him.
Look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Victor returns to Geneva and prepares to marry Elizabeth, but he's a little worried. The monster has sworn to be with him on his wedding night. Victor thinks that the monster is threatening him, but the night he and Elizabeth are married, the monster kills the bride instead. Alone and bent on revenge, Victor chases the monster over all imaginable terrain and he was ragged and near death. Soon after finishing his story, Victor passes away due to hypothermia. Later, Walton discovers the monster crying over his creator's body, and since he has nothing to live for anymore either, he heads off to the Arctic to die alone. And this is how the story ends.